Hotchkiss. I'm the U.S. Director for African New Life. I'm here with John C. Karamuzi. He is the Director of Africa College of Theology. And we're here, as you know, the team here has been working on the accreditation process, and then the school at the program level, the actual diploma and bachelor's degrees levels that have to be accredited has been closed since January, because the government has closed all theological schools until we can get accredited. So we've been working on that process for many months now, but you may wonder, what does that mean? Maybe we've been saving money. What does it look like? Johnson, what do we have in front of us here? What are these?
Thank you, Alan. These are the books that we've been writing and working on with my staff as the requirements for accreditation for 3 of our programs: the bachelor's degree in theology and leadership, the postgraduate diploma in theology and leadership, and the diploma in Bible and theology. All these are the requirements for the Higher Education Council to have us accredited for our school to reopen.
So I mean, let me give, you see this? Okay, we've had to maintain all of our staff during this time. And I mean, these guys have been working till 9, 10 p.m. at night, every night. All of this documentation didn't exist in January. This is what the government's requiring us to do. So stuff like, this is policies and procedures on academic staff, appointments and procedures. Fees policy, academic research policies. I mean, look at this. It's crazy. I mean, we had all these things in place. We had an international accreditation, but the government basically doesn't have an accreditation system in place to accredit small schools like America does. They can only accredit normally schools that have 15, 20,000 students. So they've applied those standards to us. We have 600 or 700 students here, and these guys have had to do incredible things to do that. I sent you a letter, an email quite some time ago about what was happening, and we thought that we were through the process. Then we got the report back, and in that report there were a number of things that they asked us to do. And so tell us about those, Johnson.
Yes, some of those things included increasing our computer labs. We have so many computers now. We've had to acquire many computers, and we've also had to establish a language center that has so many computers and many softwares applied to be able to teach students English and some French alongside the theological education. We have also had to buy more textbooks and increase our library, and also access online materials for us to be able to meet the requirement.
And there's been some hiring you've had to do in terms of position kind of things?
Yes, for this accreditation to happen, we have had to enlarge our organizational structure. We've had to do hiring for 2 new librarians who are qualified in library. We've had to hire a PhD to be a deputy principal academics, and several other positions that have been required for us. So it's going to be a big school now, not like the way we were before.
So what this means, I mean, to put it in perspective, I've been here for 3 weeks now. I've been on the ground, and I understood it like many of you did before to some degree, but being here, the weight, not only the weight of these documents, but the weight of the gospel in a lot of ways is on Johnson's shoulders. In this sense, what's happened is every other theological school that's an independent school in the country has basically recognized that their ability to reopen has been thwarted. It's been stopped. So the reality is that ACT is going to be the school where every denomination that claims the name of Christ, really, that isn't Catholic or Seventh-day Adventist, is going to come to us, and all their leaders are going to be trained here in the next few years. And if they aren't, the government will systematically close their churches. So it's a significant, I want to thank you for standing with us. The reality is, if another school wanted to open, it would take millions and millions and millions of dollars just to get open. If they wanted to start now to do that, that's not possible. But because of many of you standing with us all these years, man, here we are. We're in a position to literally shape the way the gospel is perceived, and that the leaders in this nation who lead the largest churches and the biggest denominations are going to think about Jesus and talk about him long into the future. So it's a significant thing. Thank you for standing with us in that. The weight of this is significant, and the power it gives us is more than we should have. So pray for us as well. Johnson, what is left now in terms of, I know date-wise we don't know, but are we there now in terms of, do you expect that there's anything else we have to do before they'll say yes?
Well, we have submitted our last report of their requirements, and we do expect them to get back to us soon. And once they are approved of our requirements, then this will go for the cabinet approval, and that will be the last stage for us to have accreditation.
And this is not the cabinet of African New Life, this is the cabinet of Rwanda, the president's cabinet, correct?
Yes. I know this has been, friends, this has been a very long process, and it seemed tough. But one thing is that we are very hopeful, because this is the way to go, and this is something that is going to transform this nation. You know, when I get back to the law that was produced last year, that all preachers and legal representatives of ministries must be trained in theology, I really understand now how great ACT is going to be and how impactful it is going to be in this nation. Without this school, it's going to be difficult for people to plant any churches. It's going to be difficult for other churches to stand. I know that this school is going to be helpful in making sure that the gospel goes on in Rwanda.
Thank you for standing with us. It's bigger than any of us realized. It's a historic moment in this nation, and you've stood with us, and we'll keep you up to date. God bless you.
Thank you for supporting the church in Africa by training their leaders in Africa College of Theology. God bless you.